Lesson 5-4, Equations in Point-Slope Form. So in this video, we're going to be working with point-slope form, being able to know what the form is, and then being able to graph from point-slope form. So first off, point-slope form is just another way of writing a linear function, where this time you're given the slope and a given point on the line. We've already gone through slope-intercept form, and slope-intercept form is y equals mx plus b. Point-slope form would be in the form of y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1, where your x1 and your y1 is the given point. Again, the slope is just the rate of change that's identified in slope-intercept form or in point-slope form as m. So we're going to graph these by plotting the given point that they give us and then use the slope to find the next point. So our first example, we want to write this in point-slope form first, and then we're going to graph the equation. So again, point-slope form is y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. So this is going to be my x1 and this is my y1. So if I plug everything in here, I would have y minus my y1 is a negative 1. So if I'm subtracting a negative 1, I'm really adding 1, equaling our slope 2/3 times x. If I'm subtracting a negative, again, I'm going to be really adding the opposites. So it'd be x plus 2. So the first thing I'm going to do is plot my point, which is at -2, -1. So -2 to the left and down 1 to -1. So I put a point here. And I'm going to use my slope 2/3. So up 2, 1, 2, to the right 3, 1, 2, 3. And if you want to put another point, I go back to the original point and I go down 2, 1, 2, to the left 3, 1, 2, 3. Now for positive slopes always go up from left to right. And to help you remember that, you can think of the Mr. Slope guy. So when the line goes up from left to right, it's a positive slope. When it goes down from left to right, it's a negative slope. If it's a vertical line, it's undefined. And if it's a horizontal line, the slope is 0. So this one, since it has a positive slope, it goes up from left to right. Next one, here we got the slope is -3/5 and the point is 0, -6. So the equation would be y minus, my y1 is a -6, so if I'm subtracting a -6, I'm really adding 6, equals our slope of -3/5 times x minus our x coordinate, which is 0. Now you don't have to put this -0 there, you can just keep it as x. So now let's graph this. I have a point at 0, -6, so our y-intercept is at -6. It's a negative slope, so it goes down from left to right. Now, I can't go down on this coordinate plane, so I'm going to go up 3, 1, 2, 3, and I got to go to the left 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then now I can draw my line, and there's the graph for that equation. Next, a slope of 6 and the point of -2.5 and 0.5. So let's write our equation, be y minus 0.5 equals our slope of 6 times x minus a -2.5, which really means I'm adding 2.5. So let's plot this one. So I have a point at -2.5. So -2.5 to the left and then up half. So that would be roughly here. And now I go up +6, so I go up 6. And then to the right 1. So technically I'm going to have a point right here. If I go down 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I would go to the left 1. And I have a point here. And so then my line would come up like this. So that's a pretty steep line, which would make sense because our slope is 6/1, which is the rise is a lot higher than the run. Next, here we're given 2 points, and we need to write the equation of the line in point slope form. So I'm going to use this as my x1, y1, and this is my x2, y2. Now this is going to be important because I need to use the slope formula, which is y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. So now if I find the slope, my y2 is negative 9, minus my y1, which is negative 9, divided by my x2, which is negative 7, minus my x1, which is 5. Negative 9 minus negative 9 is 0. Negative 7 minus 5 is negative 12. 0 divided by negative 12 is 0. So I don't have a slope, or the slope is actually 0. Now if I'm going to use point slope form, I'm using y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. Now since I have 2 points to choose from, I can have 2 possible answers here. I'll write with both of them. So I'm going to use this point first. So I have y minus, my y1 is negative 9, so that's plus 9, equals a slope of 0 times x minus my x1, which is 5. So this is what our equation would be in point slope form. But if I were to simplify it, anything times 0 is 0. This is actually going to be a horizontal line because the slope is 0. So this would actually be y equals a negative 9. But since we're just working on point slope form, we would write our point slope form like that. Now if we were using the other point, this one here, we would have y minus a negative 9, which really means I'm adding 9, equaling 0 times x plus 7. Because if I'm subtracting a negative 7, I'm adding 7. And again, this one, if I were to simplify it further, it would still equal y equals negative 9. But in point slope form, you would have y plus 9 equals 0 times x plus 7. And our last one here, given point negative 1, 5 and 3, negative 1, write the equation of a line in point slope form. So first we need to find our slope. So x1, y1, x2, y2. Use the slope formula of y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. So I have negative 1 minus 5 divided by 3 minus a negative 1, which is going to give us a negative 6 in the numerator and a positive 4 in the denominator. But I can simplify this by dividing by 2 halves, and I get a slope of negative 3 halves. So if that's our slope, I'm going to choose this first point first. So I have y minus 5 equals our slope, negative 3 halves, times x minus a negative 1, which really means plus 1. Or we can use this point, and we would have y minus a negative 1, which really means y plus 1, equals a slope of negative 3 halves times x minus 3. And that would be our equation in point slope form. So that's our lesson on equations in point slope form.